What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. We are continuing the month of Transformer this June, and I am very excited to be showing you guys this figure for a couple of reasons. Number one, I love this figure, mainly because it's one of my favorite characters, and it's that one right there. But also, it's a little different because I have a very different opinion about it. There's some good things about it and there's some bad things about it. So we're going to be taking a look at that and seeing how that goes. But I'm just very excited to be here again. Currently, as of filming this, I just got back from Fan Expo. How was it? I don't know. I haven't went yet. Currently, as of filming this, it is like midnight, and in the morning, I am leaving for Fan Expo. But when you guys see this, I've already went, and I probably already made a couple vlogs about it. So hopefully you guys do enjoy those. And yeah, I'm very excited to see what happens. So I hope you guys found it entertaining at least. But I decided to just make a bunch of videos just to make sure I had everything prepped before I left. So I'm here, and yeah, I'm very excited about this one because this one I've had for a while. I've been meaning to look at, but I just haven't. And this is the Soundwave figure from the Bumblebee movie. And it's an interesting figure because I really do like this figure, but what the fuck is this vehicle mode? This is like, I don't understand this at all. I don't know what this is supposed to be. But yeah, we'll be taking a look at the robot mode. I don't have packaging to unbox, but whatever. He does have his little instruction booklet and all of his accessories, so might as well just get on with taking a look at this figure. So of course, we're taking a look at this alternate mode, and I have to say, it's dog shit. I don't know what I'm looking at this point. Now, granted, there really wasn't any transformation because all we saw of Soundwave and a lot of the Autobots, they're really, and a lot of the Decepticons too, they didn't transform like at all. I think the only one that did transform was Bumblebee that I saw and Starscream, but those are the only two that I really remember. This guy did not transform, so they pretty much had a nice little leeway of getting like a cool alternate mode going however they wanted, because they didn't have it, they don't have references because it wasn't in the movie. So this is what they came up with. I don't know what this is supposed to be. I don't know if it's supposed to be like a fighter plane, which I guess makes sense, or it's supposed to be kind of like a hover tank or something, but it doesn't have wheels, so it can't be that. So I'm assuming it's a fighter jet or something. I don't know. It looks more tank-like, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm looking at this point. So honestly, this has to be one of the worst transformations that we've covered so far with our Transformers figures. It just doesn't look good at all. It looks like how you expect it to look, and that's not even the front of the plate. That's the front. So it's interesting. Transforming this thing was a pain to get it from robot mode to this mode because there is so much that you have to plug in to make it right. And even this little part right here is not plugging in, because once you try and plug that in, something else is bound to pop off as well. That's pretty much just how this mode goes. And I just don't really care for it, because once you click that in, then you got to plug in the foot, which needs to go here. And you just got to wiggle it in together, and it's just like not really the best fit. And it's just overall not a very enjoyable mode. I do like the weapon storage, though. I do like how they kind of hook onto the arms here, and it just makes it look like something, so I guess that's cool. But you did get two different weapons with this mode, which we'll be taking a look at on the actual figure. But I think as of right now, there's not much to really say. There's no hidden features at all with this thing. I think it's just time to quickly transform this thing so we can actually get to the good stuff. So I thought I was filming the transformation part, and I accidentally did not hit record. So I'm not going back and retransforming this thing again because it's going to stay like this forever. So this is Soundwave, and I'm sorry you didn't get to see the transformation, but I mean, it's simple for what it is. And you can probably look up another video of somebody else transforming it, because it is decently simple to take it apart, but just putting it together, it just sucks, to be honest. But this figure looks fantastic. I absolutely love what they did with this figure in terms of just overall accuracy to the actual movie. This thing looks amazing. This is like a 10 out of 10 robot mode. I absolutely love the way this thing looks all the way around. Like, it just looks awesome. There's barely any kibble on this thing to indicate that this thing does transform, which is pretty much the goal. I mean, that's pretty much the only thing they had, really, just the reference to the movie. They didn't have any alternate mode in mind, so they kind of just made up one on the spot, I guess. But they just made a very clean robot mode, and I think they did awesome with this Soundwave. And I love this design for Soundwave. It's such a very it has that G1 feel, but it's completely updated to be its own thing, and I just absolutely love that. And it's just such a cool little figure. I absolutely love it. There are things that you can do with this figure that sadly I cannot do right now. And if we kind of open up the instructions, I can kind of show you guys what exactly I mean. But once you get through the transformation part, there's some parts at the back here that actually say that you can get the Ravage figure, which was like 10 bucks at Walmart, which I really wish I should have got. And you can pretty much transform them into kind of like this square, and you can put it inside of his chest, and you can have Ravage there. And he also does come with like some alternate parts, I think. And I just think that's so cool. I love that you can have Ravage, with this figure. So if I ever do get a Ravage, which I definitely will, I'm going to be bringing this guy out again. So it's going to be really cool. So I love this figure for a number of reasons, because I love this. I think that's the coolest thing ever. I love that you can spring the chest piece open so you can actually fit a little figure inside of there. I think that's awesome. He does come with two different weapons. He comes with this one right here, which this one's just kind of like a basic blaster cannon, which I think looks pretty dope. I do like it. The brown is actually very different, but it does have like this little blue handle to it, which is very odd. And pretty much all you got to do is just slide it right into his hand. Nothing crazy. That's basically how it goes. And he also does have this blaster cannon that just pegs right into his back. And there you go. That's basically how that works. It's nothing crazy. You just plug it in, and it can move up and down like so. And that's pretty much it. I just absolutely adore this robot mode. The detailing is awesome, and I really do like the paint job that they have for this figure. I think it's really cool. Now, for kind of a downfall for this figure, the robot mode looks awesome, and it's beautiful to look at. But in terms of posability, it's not really the greatest. So you do have the up and down at the head, and it is a swivel and kind of a side to side. You get a hinge joint at the kind of rocket launcher here. His arm can move out that far, which is pretty nice, and it can go all the way around. He has a swivel at the bicep here. He has a nice bend at the elbow, but I just kind of wish it was a little bit more. And it is kind of a double bend too. He does have no wrist movability whatsoever. He does have a waist joint, which pretty much is going to open up his skirt, and that pretty much unlocks that. He has a pretty decent spread. He has some back that goes pretty far, and then some forward that doesn't go that far. But if you open up the waist, then it pretty much goes out about that far. He has a swivel at the thigh, and he has a double bend at the knee, which is pretty nice. He does have some up and down at the foot, and a very nice pivot. So, I mean, posability is not horrible, but I don't know. I just feel like the limitations that this figure has is mainly in the arms, because you can't really do much with the arms. I kind of wish that he did have a kind of butterfly joint, so he can, like, hold the gun with both hands or something, and have a actual waist, or not a waist, wrist swivel, because that's pretty much all you can get with like some pretty decent posability going forward. I really do like a lot of what he does, though. I think it's not bad. I just think they could have done a little bit more with it, but I don't know. It is fun to mess around with. It's a very simple figure, but it's not horrible. That's the best thing. But yeah, I really do like the figure. It's really cool. He does have some light piping as well, which of course, you know what I got to do, kind of show you exactly what it is I am going on about with light piping. Hopefully you guys see something there. Probably, maybe not. Who knows what you guys see. It looks like nothing, but I assure you, once you get the lighting in like kind of the right spot, it does kind of light up a little bit. It's not the best, but it works so far. But that's basically the kind of window for when the light shines through. The eyes are also very painted red, which is pretty nice. I really do like it. But yeah, other than that, that's basically the figure. It's a very cool figure. I really do like this figure. He just has a couple flaws that just kind of keep me from really loving it. I think it's just that alternate mode that just looks like crap. I mean, it doesn't look good at all. But overall, I still really do like this figure. Even though he's kind of low on my list, he's still an awesome figure. And I love him so much because it's one of my favorite characters. And it just looks good. So in terms of like height, Galvatron does kind of tower over him just a little bit, but I mean, it's not a big difference. Okay, it is kind of a big difference. And here he is next to a figure that we're going to be taking a look at next time. So definitely be prepared for that. But he looks pretty good next to Optimus Primal. So other than that, I really don't know what else to talk about this figure. It's a pretty good looking figure. Limited in some posability parts, but overall, I love this figure. The alternate mode is absolute trash, though. I think that's just the biggest part that you just kind of have to deal with. But having him just kind of standing here is amazing. It looks so good. I absolutely love what they did with this figure. So I think that's basically all I have to say with this figure. Definitely will be taking a look at him next time when we take a look at Ravage whenever I get him. But yeah, for now, this is the end of his video, and I'm very happy that I did take a look at him. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. Let's get on to the outros. So this figure is not bad. I actually really do like this figure. It's a decent figure, but it does have its flaws. I mean, it doesn't... There's just so much they could have done a little bit better with it, but at the end of the day, it's fine. In terms of like the sculpting is beautiful. It looks exactly like his on-screen appearance from the Bumblebee movie, and I love that. I'm very happy they got that down, so that is a pass for me. For transformation, it's not great. It's not great at all. It's very frustrating, to be honest. So far from the figures that we have looked at, this one is very frustrating to actually get the hang of. And I don't think I probably will. It's just not a fun time to turn the robot mode into this. And even then, the end result is just not really fun. There's just parts that you just gotta snap together, and then one part pops out, and then you gotta snap that back in while holding the part that you just snapped back in, but it still pops out anyway. It's just a whole mess of a thing. So yeah, that's basically that. The feel of the figure does feel very nice. It feels very sturdy, and once you actually get all the little parts plugged into this mode, it's sturdy as well. So that's a plus, I guess. I mean, whatever. In terms of this alternate mode, it's dog shit. I don't like it. It's cool for maybe something. I don't know. I just don't like it. It's not my thing. But overall, I do really like this figure because it is Soundwave, and the robot mode looks very close to its on-screen appearance, and I love that. There's just things like the posability is not as good as I would want it to be. This alternate mode is dog shit. The transformation to this ultimate mode is also kind of shit. But other than that, that's basically all I got to say. So for this figure, sadly, this is not really the highest ranking figure on the list, but it's still really cool. That's why I am giving this figure a 3.4 out of 5. Not horrible, but also not great either. But that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy this one. Maybe a little negative, but I don't. You need some negativity after you just got done reviewing this bad boy. So hey, spice it up a little bit. But that's pretty much it. I will see you guys in the next review. Stay tuned for more Transformer figures. We still have a lot more to cover. And yeah, I'm very excited to see where it all goes. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.